Welcome back to Kings of United States, the place where true legends come to life. Today, we're diving into the story of one of the toughest men to ever grace the silver screen, a guy who didn't just play action heroes, but lived a life full of grit, resilience, and raw determination. You know him. You've seen him punch, kick, drive, dive, and crash his way into blockbuster after blockbuster. But do you really know the man behind the high-speed chases and bare-knuckle fights? Let's talk about Jason Statham, the streetwise British brawler who conquered Hollywood with nothing more than guts, hustle, and an iron will. Before Jason was a household name, he was a working-class kid born on July 26, 1967, in Sherbrooke, Derbyshire, England. His mother, Eileen, was a dancer. His father, Barry, worked odd jobs: a street seller, a painter, and sometimes a lounge singer. It wasn't a glamorous upbringing, but it was real. And in that realness, Jason learned the value of hustle, of getting up after a fall, and of pushing through when the odds are against you. The family later moved to Great Yarmouth, a seaside town where Jason's love for sports was born. While most kids his age were playing soccer or hanging around, Jason was diving headfirst into swimming and martial arts. He became a member of Britain's national diving squad and competed for over a decade. That discipline, waking up early, training, competing, it shaped him. And even though he didn't make it to the Olympics, those years laid the foundation for the man he had become. What makes Jason's journey so remarkable isn't just what he did. It's how he did it. After his diving days ended, life didn't exactly hand him a movie script and a red carpet. No, Jason hit the streets. Literally. He became a market seller, like his father, hustling perfumes, jewelry, and knock-off goods on street corners in London. That experience, talking to strangers, reading people, selling with confidence, gave him something few actors ever have: presence. Authenticity. A raw charisma that couldn't be taught in any acting school. And then came the break that would change everything. In the late 90s, Jason was spotted by a talent agent while modeling for a clothing brand called French Connection. That same agent introduced him to a then up-and-coming director named Guy Ritchie. Ritchie was working on a film called Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, and he needed someone who could play a smooth-talking hustler. Not someone acting like one, but someone who was one. Enter Jason Statham. That 1998 film didn't just launch Jason's acting career, it redefined British gangster cinema. Critics praised the movie's slick style, razor-sharp dialogue, and street-smart energy. And right in the middle of it all was Jason, cool, confident, and impossible to ignore. Audiences wanted more of him, and Hollywood was paying attention. 2 years later, he reunited with Ritchie for Snatch, playing Turkish, another fast-talking, wisecracking character. This time, he was sharing the screen with Brad Pitt and Benicio del Toro. And even in that company, Jason held his own. People saw something different in him, a tough guy who didn't just look the part, but lived it. Then came the movie that turned Jason Statham into an international action star, The Transporter. Released in 2002, The Transporter wasn't just another action flick. It was stylish, fast-paced, and filled with jaw-dropping stunts, many of which Jason did himself. That's one of the things that set him apart. He wasn't just an actor playing a tough guy. He was the tough guy. He trained in martial arts, performed his own fight scenes, and brought a physicality to the screen that felt real, because it was. From there, the hits kept coming. Crank, Death, Race, The Mechanic, Safe, each film adding layers to his persona. A loner with a code. A fighter with honor. A man who might break your bones but never break his word. That archetype, gritty, morally grounded, relentless, became Jason's signature. And fans couldn't get enough. But Jason's career wasn't just about being a one-man army. He knew how to play well with others, especially other legends of action cinema. In 2010, he joined Sylvester Stallone, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, and other heavyweights in The Expendables. This wasn't just a movie. It was a celebration of old-school action. No CGI superheroes. No green screen gimmicks. Just real stunts, real explosions, and real actors doing what they do best. And once again, Jason stood out. His chemistry with Stallone, his brutal fight scenes, and his dry British wit made him a fan favorite. Then came Fast and Furious. When Jason stepped into the role of Deckard Shaw in Fast and Furious 6, fans lost their minds. Here was a villain who wasn't just bad, he was badass. But as the franchise evolved, so did his character. By Furious 7 and the Fate of the Furious, Shaw became an anti-hero, still dangerous, still edgy, but now fighting alongside Dominic Toretto and the family. His pairing with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was electric, leading to their own spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw, in 2019. The banter, the brawls, the brotherly rivalry, it was everything fans loved, supercharged. The film made over $750 million worldwide and proved that Jason wasn't just a supporting act. He was a box office titan. But behind all the punches, explosions, and chase scenes, there's a real guy. A man who values loyalty, who keeps his personal life private, and who stays grounded despite all the fame. Jason has been in a long-term relationship with Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, a supermodel and actress. The two got engaged in 2016 and have built a family together, welcoming a son in 2017 and a daughter in 2022. He's spoken openly about how fatherhood changed him, how it gave him a deeper sense of responsibility and purpose. Despite being one of the most recognizable faces in action cinema, Jason doesn't live like a Hollywood elite. He's not chasing headlines or courting controversy. He's focused on his work, his family, and staying sharp both mentally and physically. What makes Jason's story so powerful isn't just the movies. It's the journey. From street seller to international icon. From failed athlete to action legend. He didn't take the easy road. He took the real one. No shortcuts. No handouts. Just grit, grind, and an unshakable belief in himself. And it's not just his talent that keeps him at the top. It's his discipline. Jason trains like a pro athlete, mixing strength, conditioning, martial arts, and diving techniques. He's meticulous about diet, about movement, about staying in peak shape. Because for him, it's not about looking tough. It's about being tough. In an age of digital effects and artificial muscles, Jason Statham is the real deal. He's the guy who will leap off a building, roll under a truck, take a punch, and still come back swinging. And we, the fans, believe him because we know he's earned every scar. Now, as Jason enters his late 50s, there's no sign of slowing down. New Expendables sequels, more Fast and Furious spin-offs, original thrillers, he's as active as ever. But what's truly impressive is how he's built a career on his own terms. No gimmicks. No flash. Just hard work, smart choices, and that signature stare that says, "Don't mess with me." For over 2 decades, Jason Statham has delivered the kind of action movies fans crave. Raw. Real. Relentless. But even more than that, he's delivered inspiration. Proof that no matter where you start, even if it's selling perfume on a London street, you can rise. You can fight. You can win. So here's to the man who made being tough look cool again. To the diver who dove into fame. To the hustler who never gave up. To the actor who brought real action back to Hollywood. That's the story of Jason Statham, and it's far from over. Thanks for watching today's video on Kings of United States. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button, share it with fellow fans of true Hollywood legends, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel for more epic journeys, more powerful voices, and more stories that celebrate the icons who shaped our world. Until next time, stay strong, stay inspired, and keep watching Kings of United States.